this Mother's Day, give your mom the gift of music, love, and excitement with Sunshine Promotions Night of Love concert featuring the incredible Christopher Martin, Sanchez, and Vaughn. But that's not all. When you purchase your Night of Love ticket, you will automatically be entered into our Mother's Day sweepstakes. Win a Samsung Galaxy smartphone and more. Each week leading up to the event, we will be giving away fantastic prizes contributed by our event partners, including gift certificates, product vouchers, and service vouchers. And the best part, you can give the prize to your amazing mother or keep it for yourself. But remember, you must have a Night of Love ticket to win. So what are you waiting for? Get your Night of Love ticket today and be automatically entered into our Mother's Day sweepstakes. Visit GoToFed.com or any island-wide ticket outlet to purchase your tickets now. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Ride Along family, welcome. You know how much I love Mondays, right? Welcome to the ride, one and all. Welcome to Ride Along. I am so happy it is Monday. Yes, I've been waiting for Monday since Sunday. Hey, how you doing, guys? How you guys doing? How you doing? How are you doing, my dear Veronica Sandy? Big up yourself. Big up yourself, Veronica, in the Shammy Spice. Good night, good night, good night. Everyone that's watching it in the watch party, big up yourself. Thank you so much. I see Don't Mix Me Up. Big up yourself as well. Deanne Fraser, how you doing? Big up yourself. Yes. Guys, listen, as you're coming, since it's Monday, I want you guys to do this for me. I want you guys to go ahead and share the thing right now. Share the program. Put it on your page. But not only share and put it on your page. I want you to share some love. Press some love. Press some love. And when I stop getting distracted, I'm going to go over there and share it on a couple pages as well. I'm doing it right now. Bear with me. All you like the new Ride Along theme song music? This is the new Ride Along theme song music. So I'm going to play it while I go ahead and share the program on a few pages. All right? Share the thing. Yes. So I'm going to share it here. Yes. I'm going to also start a watch party here as well. Yes. Watch party time. Guys, and also if you start a watch party, I want you to say watch party, alright? Say watch party. As soon as you start a watch party, I want you to say watch party. So I could big up everyone that's starting a watch party. Because, you know, when you start a watch party, all your friends could come to your watch party and watch it on your page, you know. Watch party is a wicked thing. Don't Mix Me Up. How you doing? Gail, big up yourself. How you doing? Deanne Fraser, Akeem Charles, big up yourself. How you doing? Big up yourself, Akeem Charles. I am looking distracted because I am sharing the thing on my page. I'm sharing it in a few groups as well. There is a group, Trinidad. Yes, I share it here. Yes, big up that. One more. There's one more group I have to share it in. There's one more group I have to share it in. And then I'm all yours. One more group I have to share it in, and then I'm all yours. I swear. All right. Guys, welcome to the ride. Welcome to Monday. Big up yourself and everyone watching right now. Gail, I ain't seen you in a long time. Don't Mix Me Up. What you doing? Bernard Gilbert, big up yourself. Gail Charles, I see you. Deanne, I see you. Ian Baker, big up yourself. How you doing? Welcome to the ride. Who else do we have? Everybody that's watching it on Breaking News Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, the folks in Trinidad and Tobago. How you guys doing? Welcome to the ride. Thank you so much. Everybody in the watch group in Trinidad and Tobago, I want you guys to press love. Hey, Robbie Benjamin, thank you so much. I see Tallman Hayden, big up yourself. Thank you so much for watching it, and share it as well. Put it on somebody's page. Say hi. Let me go back in the Ride Along page and make sure everybody's there as well. There's so much people to big up, yeah? Hey, how you doing, Tamara Park? Park. Charles, big up yourself. Thank you so much. Everybody that's watching all over the world. Boy, I'm telling all you. Listen, this is the part of the show that we have It's called a love fest. It's called a love fest. So if you had a great weekend, I want you to press love, press love, press love, press love. If you didn't have so much of a good weekend, it was alright, it was okay, I want you to press the thumbs up. But you have to press something. Either you're pressing the love or you're pressing the thumbs up. So the question is, how was your weekend? How was your weekend? Was it great? Press the love. If you was alright, just press the thumbs up. How was your weekend, guys? Hey, big up yourself, big up yourself. Watch party, don't mix me up, watch party. Thank you, don't mix me up. Thank you, don't mix me up. Starting a watch party, big up yourself. Hey, Gail, Deanne Fraser, big up yourself. Okay, yes, your weekend was great. Your weekend was great. Lovely, 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 lovely. Nice. Jasmine, big up yourself. Jasmine, Ash, how you doing? Phyllis, Hardy, big up yourself. Ah, boy, I'm telling all you, it's Monday and everybody in a love vibe. How about you? Not so good. Somebody said the weekend was not so good. Guys, I wish I could just snap a finger and just give everybody just happiness, make everybody happy and glad. You know what I mean? You should feel happy and glad because you're breathing, you have life. You know, you have family, you have a roof over your head. You know what I mean? You should be happy. You should be contented. You should be joyful like me. All right? All right. KM Wilson, big up yourself, big up yourself. Guys, today we have a very interesting program that I think that everybody needs to watch. Today's program, I think that we need to get the family around watching this program. Hence the reason why we promoted it this way, because I really want everybody to be engaged in this program. Guys, I want you guys to give my next guest. She built up the strength to come and chat with us here today, and we want to thank her for that. Let's welcome her on the program right now. She is in Chicago currently. A nice lusty ride along. Welcome to Trivia. I'll call it Trivia. Trivia, welcome to the ride. How are you doing?
Hey, hello everybody. I'm doing okay. How y'all doing?
Great. And I'm hearing is that the Chicago accent?
I actually don't have an accent.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's like me saying I don't have an accent.
Right.
Welcome to the program, Trivia, and we have a lot to share today. Welcome to the program. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, like you said, my name is Trivia. I'm from Chicago. I've been a CNA for the last 14 years. I have four children. 3 that I had when I was HIV positive. My son, I had already had him. I'm not just a woman that decided to go live about her status. I am an entrepreneur. I do other things. I'm into business. I'm into health and wellness, and I do a lot of other stuff. And I love God. So that's who I am.
In a nutshell, short and to the point. Great enough. All right, so you kind of let the cat out of the bag here, because I didn't even tell anybody that you had HIV. I didn't even mention to anyone that would even be the topic that we'll be talking about. Because there's so much things that I want to talk about that I think that you have a very powerful platform to talk to our audience about. I want you to tell us about your life. I see that you brought it up and you made it clear that you have HIV. Let's talk about pre-HIV. What was life like for you? What was your focus in life? What do you want to do? What you was planning on? What was the future looking? What was the future looking like for you?
I didn't have one. I didn't have a future before HIV. I was lost before HIV. I don't even remember. I think I worked probably, but I didn't know what life was about. I just was living. I was not doing anything with myself. I worked, I took care of my son, I did things like that, but that's not what life is all about. You have to have goals, you have to have ambition, you have to be wanting to do something, you got to wake up with a plan. I didn't. I just took care of my son and did the regular things. I didn't really have a plan in life.
Right. So let's talk about the HIV. And when you were diagnosed with HIV, tell us the moments kind of leading up to that point.
So I'm going to say I found love. I had found love. So I was high on love. But when when my partner got diagnosed, I wound up getting diagnosed after. So that moment when they told me I was HIV positive, I got numb. Like, really? Why? Like, me? For real? So I really got numb, and it really wasn't a me. It was like I was pregnant. So my whole thing was to take care of my baby and my partner. It was never me. Like, I never thought about me. My life really didn't matter. Because I knew God then too. So I had already known, like, I'm going to be good. You know what I'm saying? But, like,
Right.
I got to keep, gotta make sure this baby is all right. But I really never thought about me. It just always was everybody else. It wasn't me.
You mentioned high off of love. Explain that.
Growing up without a father
Uh-huh.
and watching other people have a father and watching other people be in love, everybody want love. We sacrifice so much for love. And I had a boyfriend before. I had a couple of boyfriends before the relationship I was in, and they wasn't loving me the way I wanted to be loved. And when I had met this person, they was loving me. They was loving on me. They actually had, like you said, what did you want to do with your life? They had things they wanted to do in life, and it made me think about doing things with myself. So I experienced a piece of love and a piece of hope, because that person, they believe God too. We went to church together, everything. So it's like that love made me want to live. Without that, I don't think I thought I would have made it without love. So when I say I just thought love was everything, I didn't think nothing else.
Right. So going in and getting tested and finding out that day, that period of time, what was your emotions? How did you get, why did you get tested? What was that? How did that life change at that point in time?
You know what? I honestly believe it was the best thing ever happened to me.
HIV?
Yes, HIV was the best thing ever could have happened to my life. I always wanted a lot of kids, like always. I come from a small family. I always wanted a lot of kids. So when I went in the doctor, I had a midwife, but I had told her what had happened, and she wound up telling me, okay, you got to get tested. So when I got tested, they said, come back on Tuesday. So when I went back, it was like 5, 6 different people in the room. So I had already known, like, okay, I'm HIV positive. I knew. So they talking and doing all this stuff, but I already knew. And when the lady told me that I was HIV positive, I said, I can't have no more kids. And they all kind of like looked at me like, that's all you have to say? I was like, yeah. They was like, out of all the time we've been doing this, never heard nobody say, I can't have no more kids. That was my only focus, was I can't have kids. I got love already. I don't have to worry about that. So can we have some more babies, was my thing. I got numb. You know what? It's so crazy that you ask me these questions, and it takes me back. I was numb for so many years until the day I went live. I have been numb for a lot of years. I've been numb. I can't even tell you a lot of stuff. If you ask me, I don't remember. I was numb.
Yeah. But what did you know before you got diagnosed with HIV? What did you know about HIV?
Nothing. The person I was with, they got diagnosed, so I went and got tested. I didn't really know too much about it. All I knew was you die. You die. Everybody not gonna want to be around you. I really didn't know. I didn't know enough. Put it like that.
But if you knew like, okay, well, if you have that, then you die. When you found out about it, didn't your heart just leap from your chest and just felt like you just want to pass out?
Nope. The first thing, when that lady said you are HIV positive, the first thought or feeling I had afterwards is, I cannot have no more kids. I did not feel, I've never felt like I was going to die. I never felt like it was the end of the world. I never felt none of that. I just knew. My faith has always been like at an all-time high since I was a kid. I didn't know what it meant. But I knew that I was going to be okay. I just wanted to have love and some babies, and I was straight. That's it.
Wow, that's I have to tell you. I mean, I've done a lot of shows where I spoke to individuals that was given that HIV diagnosis, and at the point in time, everyone I've said by just hearing the word, they felt like they was gonna go curl up in a hole and die somewhere because they was
Now,
so clueless as to what's the next step.
when you have God is love, God is love. So when you experience a love, and that love that you experience has a piece of God on it, nothing that happens matters but that love, because you have God and that love. So I always felt like I would be fine because I know I got God. Regardless of what happened, I have Him. So I never, I think God blessed me because I never had a lot of experiences that other people had with it. I've always had a positive outlook on it. It never really was a hindrance to me in no type of way, ever.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about when it hit you, because I know initially it was a numb feeling, but when did it now start to kind of hit you like, what the hell is happening? Did you ever come to the realization that what you actually faced with?
Mm-mm. I'm not faced with anything. Like, I have HIV, but HIV don't have me, so I don't say I am not faced with anything. That's like, it means nothing to me to have HIV. It means nothing. I'm telling you, like, if I can have love, I don't care about HIV. It don't matter to me. But I know what you're saying. Like, when did it? Okay, so about 4.5 years ago, my numbers was dropping. My HIV numbers was dropping.
Right.
So it takes, for somebody that don't know that they're infected, it takes like 10 years for them to have some type of sign or symptom. So I was up on my 10-year mark. No, baby, wait till I get off the phone.
No, it's not. You wasn't listening.
Okay, I'm on the phone.
It was actually right.
Yes, you can have some ice cream. These kids love ice cream, but however,
Yeah.
So it was up on that 10-year mark. So I went to the doctor and they said that my numbers was dropping. So I was like, okay, what that mean? They was like, we don't know. All your tests is fine. We don't know why your numbers dropping. Lose some weight. So I'm like, okay, I'll lose some weight. So I wound up on Facebook and saw this girl and she had lost weight. So I asked her what she did. She told me about It Works Wrap. So I'm like, how do I get them? I signed up for them. And I started using these products and it made me feel better. Went back to the doctor. I had lost. They told me to lose 15 pounds. I lost 27. They ran tests, it's still nothing. They like, okay, just keep losing weight. You doing great. They never could determine why my numbers was dropping. They just said, it's been 10 years, so maybe it's just affecting your body some type of way, but your numbers are fine. So I continue using the products, and I started feeling better about myself. I didn't even really realize what I was going through. Like, I started loving me. And when you start loving yourself and you watch the things around you, like, hold on, don't talk to me like that. You're not going to treat me that way. I think I deserve better than this. So when I started to love me and learn what it really meant to love me, and I knew I wasn't doing that, it was a game changer for me. It changed everything.
So it was all normal. It was a normal life. You doing everything that you normally would do. It didn't hit you in any kind of way. So there was no difference in how you lived back then. I watched your video, and you stated in your video that during the process when you found out that you were contracted with HIV, there was two friends or someone else that you had sex with during that period of time, without telling them or disclosing to them, that you later became good friends with. Tell us why you decided to make the decision, and why didn't you try to come out and let them know exactly what was going on before you had relations with them?
Okay, first I want to tell you this. Before I started losing weight, I was depressed for a lot of years. But I was how some people do drugs and they be functioning drug addicts? I was like that. I was a depressed person that was normal to everybody else. Maybe a few people knew what I was going through mentally, but I was going through, but I still went to work. I still took care of my kids. I still did everything.
Right.
Instead of me looking at my hurt, I transferred it and I helped everybody else around me, so I didn't have to look at myself, and they didn't really have to look at me because I was doing so much. So I've always been going through in silence. It's just I never said anything. And when somebody act like they wanted to say something's going on, I'm good, I'm straight, leave me alone. But to answer the question that you asked me, when they told me I was HIV positive, they took my normal from me.
Right.
And when I say normal is this is what normal used to be, because I feel totally different today.
Right.
Normal, the day before they told me I was HIV positive, I was normal. The day they told me that, it took normal away from me. Now I have to think different. I have to live different. I have to do all of these different things. So now I'm not normal. So when I was in a breakup, instead of me telling the person, if I would have told him, I would have felt abnormal because he would have looked at me some type of way. Now we got to use condoms now. Now we have to have this conversation. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm just speaking for myself and
right.
this my kind of my life. I wasn't using condoms before HIV. That's how I got infected.
Right.
So for me to go mess with somebody I'd have messed with prior before, of course we ain't using condoms again because we don't do that. So now if I had we ain't use no condom, let me tell you, no, that don't feel right. So I done that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to feel normal. So when I did it the first time, I told my doctor, she was like, you need to tell him that's not right. So I told him.
Right.
And I actually was ready for whatever. Like, I would have to go to jail, hell, however it would have went down. I was actually ready for it. And he was like, you know what, I'm mad at you, but I know you didn't do that to hurt me. And I'm like, what? And we kind of got cool. It was cool. And then I did it again. So my doctor, she said, Shatrivia, one time is a mistake, twice is a choice.
Right.
You make a conscious decision to do that. So I went and told him, and I vowed to myself that I would never sleep with nobody else and not tell them. Because I see it this way. I felt for so many years that I wasn't normal. When I tell my friends, like, I just want to be normal. I want to be normal. They say, Cha-Cha, you normal. You don't know I'm not. Now, today, I'm more normal than everybody else because I have this infection. Y'all don't, but y'all doing everything to get the infection. So it make no sense. I'm normal. Y'all ain't normal. Y'all won't be like me. So now I don't feel that way no more. And yes, we are the best of friends. I'm sure they both own this watching because I told them both that I was doing this. I told them that I was going live. I have conversations with them on a regular, like, they are part of my support system. And I, like, really appreciate them for being a part of my life and not sending me to jail and
right.
understanding my heart, you know?
Right. Was that a part of the depression that you felt earlier when you said that, you know, your mom exposed you and you was going through a very depressing time? Did feeling abnormal because you have HIV make you want to feel, in other words, feeling depressed and being normal, does being abnormal make you feel depressed? In other words, that's the question I want to ask. The depression that you felt at some point in time, you said that you feel very depressed. In fact, there was some point in time that you said you even wanted to, twice you contemplated killing yourselves, committing suicide. Was that because your normal was taken away?
Yeah, my normal was taken away when they told me I was HIV positive, and because I'm HIV at that moment, because I'm HIV positive, I won't have nobody to love me. I won't have somebody that love me. I won't have. Do you understand? I won't have nobody to love me.
Right.
I didn't care about anything else in the world because nothing mattered but love. And
right.
if I didn't have that, it made me sad. If I thought the relationship wasn't gonna last, or if it wasn't going to work, it made me sad because what will I do without love?
Right. Tell us about the depression. Talk to us about the depression that you went through and the triggers that was triggering your depression.
Feeling like nobody will love me. Feeling like everybody gonna feel some type of way about me. Like a lot of people knew what I was going through and everybody felt some type of way about it. That made me feel depressed because I felt like people had pity for me or like they felt sorry for me. That made me depressed. Looking at my kids made me depressed. I felt weak. That's one of the major things. Feeling weak. Like I could not do anything made me feel depressed. People calling me crazy. You the crazy girl. You the crazy Christian girl. That's talking crazy all the time. That made me depressed. But the
What?
number one thing that made me depressed was I didn't have hope. I didn't believe that God would stop it. I believed that God was with me, but I didn't believe that it could stop. And that made me sad that I had to continue to go through that pain. I don't understand it. If if you love, why you won't just send me the right? It was something deeper than that. I had to search deep within myself and love me. So and I know it probably seems like I'm saying the same thing, but this is my truth. I got depressed when I felt like my relationship was not going to work. When I felt like I was not going to be a good mother. When I felt like I was not going to be a good person. And it started to be, then I started feeling sad because I can't be who I want to be. I want to go public and help people with HIV. I'm tired of watching people sleeping with everybody, man, and doing all this stuff. I want to bring awareness. That started to make me depressed. It's like, it was so many different triggers happening. I didn't even realize until you just asked me that. Like, that's the one thing made me depressed. I've been wanting to write a book forever. I've been wanting to become an advocate forever. I've been wanting to do all of those things forever, but I could not do it because I had my relationship standing in the way of that. And I sacrificed my gift and what I know God told me to do for love. And I had to let love go so that I can do what God wanted me to do. That hurt.
Yeah. You know, guys, if you for the folks that's watching, I want you guys to do this for me right now. I didn't say it enough for the top, but or probably I did, but let me reiterate and say it a little bit more. I want everybody right now that's watching to share the program. If you're a part of a group, I want you to share it on a group as well. We're going to open up the phone lines and get your call and input on the topic. In addition, if you have a question, I want you to post it. I'm looking at your chat in the chat room right here. I want you to post it. I know you guys have a lot of questions that you may want to ask Trivia here. And, I want you guys to ask the question. I want you guys to be a part of this conversation right here. We're talking with Trivia. So go again. Share the program if you have not yet done so. You just came in. Chopper John, I see you. Charlotte Nurse, I see you as well. If you have not yet done it, I want you to go ahead right now and share the program. Put it on a page and also put it on a group that you might be associated with. We're talking again with Trivia. Now, Trivia, let's talk about the lowest point of your life. From what you could remember, when you recollect, what was the point that you felt the worst in all of this?
When my doctor called me and told me I had to take medicine. I didn't take medicine for the first 11 years. 12 years I didn't take medicine because my numbers was fine.
Right.
My doctor called me and said, Trivia, your numbers is dropping. We're going to go and start you on meds. We don't need your numbers to drop under 200. So you had like 4. So we're going to get you on. I'm like, what? I don't want no medicine. So they called and tried to get the Medicaid and all this to pay it. And somehow they wasn't going to pay for my medicine. So, and I know how important medicine is. So that was bothering me. And I got sick when I finally got the medicine. I was sick for like 2 weeks. That was the lowest of my life where I had to take medicine. And I did not have nobody there with me to take care of me. And I felt bad. And that's one lowest of my life. The second lowest of my life was when I felt like my kids didn't love me. I felt like my kids didn't love me because I didn't want to work no more. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to do certain things because I was really low mentally, and I wasn't doing things that I should have did as a mother.
Right.
And I felt they didn't love me. And I actually tried to kill myself. It was crazy. It was crazy. I tried to kill myself. I'm like, they deserve better than me. Like, after that happened, I knew I had to do something. That was actually last year. I knew I had to do something.
Hold on. Last year you tried to kill yourself?
Yeah, that was last year.
Wow.
Yeah, I told myself that it's something for me to do. All this, God had already told me a long time ago that I wasn't going through all this for nothing. I thought in the end that I would have love and I had the best type of relationship in the world, and I'd just be this power couple type of thing. And the moment I let the need for love go, God showed me everything I told you is going to come to pass. You're going to help a lot of people with your little story, with your little petty self. Right. So I decided I was going to let it all go, and I was going to do what I knew I had to do.
Yeah. You did a video a couple weeks ago, shared all over the world. People watched it, where you detail a lot of very intimate information and stuff like that, which we're also going to tag and your video on the program as well. What brought you to that point of actually letting that information out, which for a long time, as you rightfully said, you was an advocate, but you never let it out. People didn't really know about it. What brought you to that point where you felt like you're confident enough to let the world know?
So in April, I walked away from a really bad relationship, and I had realized that I was being abused. And I've helped so many people with relationships. It's crazy. I think I should I don't need a degree for it. This is a natural gift, And I started realizing there's a lot of people around me that suffer from the same thing.
Right.
A lot of people suffering in silence. And I started thinking, where we come from, we was told growing up, don't say what happened. Whatever happened in my house, stay in my house. Don't say this. Don't say this. We, the black community, I don't know, no shade to nobody, but we told early on not to talk about certain stuff.
Right.
So I know a lot of women that's going through the same thing that I was going through, not really HIV, but everything surrounding it. A lot of people was going through. And when I got the courage to walk away from that relationship, that was hard. And I actually did that. And I don't know a lot of women that really do that. That really actually leave for real. That thing, it was hard to do that. So months continued, and I was like, I'm ready to live now. I've been existing for a very long time. I'm ready to live. So I'm like, I need to become an advocate. I need to do this. I'm like on fire, right? So probably around, I told him, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And I'm like, Real AIDS Day coming up. That's the best day to do it. So I told myself, I called my pastor. We did a prayer on forgiveness, because I ain't always fixed. I still have things I go through. So I wanted to have a forgiving spirit, because I don't want to be petty. I asked God to forgive me, and I did a little devotional on forgiveness. I told my kids what I was going to do. I told the 2 guys that I slept with what I was going to do, and I told my close friends. I said, I'm going public December the 1st. I'm basically finna to invite myself into the HIV community. I've been doing this in silence. Y'all all know I have. It's time for me to do what God called me to do. I have a way with words, and I need to use my words to glorify God. I'm finna do it. Everybody was like, okay. So I have a YouTube channel, Unique Presents.
Right.
So I always do stuff on there, and I went on there and did it, but it was so fake. That's a small platform I have, but like I said, I'm just not the girl that woke up one day and said, I'm gonna tell my story. I do other things too. I encourage people on Facebook on a day-to-day basis. This is just who I am. So I have a platform now. So why go on YouTube and you ain't really built there yet? So I did it, and I'm like, no, you need to go to Facebook and do it. So I went, and I sat in the car, and it was raining, like catching dogs. And I got on there, and I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know what to do, because I was scared, like, people gonna see, people gonna say, but you know what, I'm gonna go and get it out the way. And people kept calling me to stop me.
Right.
And I felt like, don't call me to stop me. Y'all the same people that been, why you putting up with this, and why you doing this, and will you let this go on for so long? Don't stop me now. I am going to do this. It's this how I feel. Everybody's scared to talk about it. Everybody's scared to tell. Everybody is afraid, and I'm not afraid no more. And today, I'm going to get it done. And if I got to die to do it, I'm going to do it today. And I did it, and I got it done. And it made me feel so much better to be free. Imagine holding on to pain for so long and watching other people be in pain and watching it's just too much. I feel free now. I can breathe. I sleep good at night now.
Right. Peter Mitchell is asking, why is everyone has God as they get to know they have HIV?
Oh, honey, I had God before I had HIV. I'm sorry. If you can go back to the video, I said when I met my mate, I had already had God, and me and him started going to church together. I was already going to church. I already had a relationship with God. I've had a relationship with God since I was a kid. It's in my soul. It's in my heart. It has nothing to do with HIV. HIV means nothing to me. I've been had God.
Right. Another question here from the chat. Abigail is asking, does your kids have HIV as well?
No, no. I have 3 kids. None of them have it. When I was pregnant with them, I had to take AZT.
Right.
And all my kids are negative.
Right. As it relates to the abuse that you were going through, what was the main reason that kept you there? I know a lot of women. We did a number of shows here on Ride Along where we have women that said, you know what, I know what was happening. I just couldn't leave because it was my financial support, or it was love, or there's so much different things that people may outline as to what keep them in an abusive relationship. What was yours?
When you being abused is a mental thing. You allow somebody to get in your head. You allow them to get in your thoughts. And a lot of people be like, that can't happen to me. It happens to the best of us. You don't even know that it's happening. And before you know it, you're like, dang, I'm really going through this. I didn't leave because God told me not to. He said that one day it was all going to be okay. Mm-hmm. And I waited and I waited. That's one reason why I didn't leave. I wanted my kids to have a father. I didn't want my kids not to have a father. I wanted them to have their father in their life. I wanted them to wake up with their daddy. I wanted them to go to sleep with their daddy. And I thought when nobody loved me, I thought when nobody be with me, when you have somebody telling you you fat, you ugly, ain't nobody gonna deal with you, you crazy, you this, you that, you begin to believe that. So it's like I might as well sit here and just be with this person. So that's the reasons why I stayed.
Right. Guys, again, we want you guys to be a part of the conversation. Open up the phone line there. Deanne Fraser just pasted the phone number 718-701-5720. That's 718-701-5720. We're talking to Trivia, and she's basically telling us her story living with HIV from the first, being tested, life, just surviving. And another big factor that a lot of people probably don't know about the things that how they could protect themselves, which we're going to talk about later. And being HIV and living in 2019, there's so much different medications that people are taking and living normal lives. Are you subscribing to or taking those medication currently?
Yes. I take one pill. I can't really pronounce the name of the medicine. It's Genvoya. Genvoya. I don't know. I can't pronounce the name of it. But I do take a pill. I take a pill once a day, and my numbers are fine. I'm undetected. I actually have always been undetected since I got infected. I really don't see the doctor a lot, like a lot of other people do. I see the doctor once a year. My doctor's appointment is probably like 5 minutes. So I don't think I got HIV. I don't know. I think they had to tell me that.
No, explain that.
Because I don't feel like I have HIV. I don't live like I have HIV. This is crazy. I don't understand. Like, people think it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It's just the beginning of a new way.
Yeah, but how do you perceive someone with HIV would feel or live?
Wait, say that again.
How do you perceive, like, when you say you don't feel like you have HIV, like what is in your mind, like how a HIV person would feel? Like sick every day? What's your template of somebody that with HIV?
They feel like they're gonna die. They feel like ain't nobody gonna understand. They feel like ain't nobody gonna love them. They feel like people gonna look at them some type of way. They feel like, why me? They feel like, really, they feel like life is over. It's this is it. Like, why God allow this to happen to me? They feel like this is the end. It's like no hope. When you don't have no hope, it's hard to be happy. It's hard to maintain. And when you don't have hope, you just here. And I know that because when I went live, I had so many people in my inbox telling me that they HIV positive and they haven't told nobody. And they suffering in silence. And it's like for me, and I try to be more understanding as I can be, because I've never felt those type of ways before.
Right.
And I understand it, you know. I never had those thoughts, and I know a lot of people feeling those type of ways because they didn't know God before this. You know, they didn't have hope. They didn't really have a piece of hope before this. So when this happened, it just was like it's like this is the end of the world. And a lot of people is not educated that's infected. Instead of them getting the education that they need, they shy away from it. Like, I don't want nobody to see me at the doctor. I don't want nobody to see me over here. So they don't get the education they need to understand that you take your medicine, you take care of yourself, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So it makes you feel some type of way.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a call coming in. Caller, you live on the ride? Where you calling us from?
I'm calling you all from Madison, Wisconsin.
Madison, Wisconsin. Are you hearing the caller trivia?
Yeah, I hear.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, caller.
Hi, sweetie. Let me
Hey.
explain to you something. That was so great of you. What you did, you came out and you told everybody what was going on with you. Most people can't be honest and tell people, you know, when they have those type of diseases. And it's sad. You continue to pray, continue to hold your head up, and keep your kids as close to you as possible.
All right, thank you, Wisconsin. Thank you, Wisconsin. Yeah, so
You're welcome.
yeah, so she's telling you. I mean, keep the strength. I have a question here. Miracle is saying that I thought that HIV patients usually lose weight, and how come you look so healthy?
I'm actually fat. I gained weight. I've always taken care of myself. Even before I was HIV positive, I always took care of myself. I never got sick. I've never had HIV complications. I think I had a cold last month. Like, I don't see, everybody's bodies is different. So like me getting infected, I don't have those type of issues. But then you'll have somebody else that get infected and they get sick a lot. It just depends on the person's body and how they take care of themselves. I take care of myself perfectly fine, so I'm okay.
Right. Do you think that you're an advocate, or you could be an advocate for HIV?
So I am an advocate. I just don't have the credentials yet.
Right.
I don't have that piece of paper, but I have been doing this. Anybody that know me in Chicago, they know I've been doing this for a very long time. I have been helping people in silence for a very long time. I think I am an advocate already. I just need to get more educated about it, and I want to get more educated about domestic violence too. I want to become an advocate for that as well.
Right. But you know, you said a couple things here which is very, very different. But every person that I had on the program as speaking about the HIV and how they contracted it, and when they found out about it, and it seems like you were almost prepared for anything. You was just prepared. I mean, you're living, you're happy. I think that you might be a good advocate because you're not worried about, you know, you have faith and you're not worried about what the next day might bring. You're living your life and you're doing what you need to do. So that might be a good credential for you. But at the same time, what about talking to people about ways to not contract HIV, ways to stay away and protect yourself?
See, that's the part that's the big problem.
Okay.
The person at me and they'll say, "Oh man, that's amazing. She has the strength. She's wonderful." I just can't believe she's going through that. But then they'll turn around and they'll go and have unprotected sex with somebody that they know got a boyfriend and have a girlfriend. And I don't understand it. Like, this is not really so bad. All you have to do is buy you a box of condoms, and you can just really have them like shipped to your house every month. Just use condoms. It's really simple. Condoms ain't 100% either, but if you use condoms, you will prevent a lot of pain in your life. It's really simple. But that sounds crazy when you talking to somebody that been married for 30 years, or you talk to somebody that been in a relationship for 5 years. How do you tell them to have protected sex with their mate? So it's a little deeper than just saying, maybe you should get tested. It's a little deeper. A lot of people need counseling to understand how serious it is to go and get tested. Because if two people's in a relationship, they ain't finna do it. Well, they may, but it's bad. It's bad. It's bad out here.
Right, and what about the strength that you would develop? Because one of the pushback from a lot of people, they might be like, well, I don't want to get tested because I don't know how to prepare for the results. But you seem to be like you was really prepared. How did you prepare yourself to be so calm to deal with something that basically would knock some people off their feet sometime when they hear it? You was pretty calm. How did you do it? How would you tell people to deal with it? Especially going and getting tested and awaiting the results.
Well, in my case, I can't really say. I was never prepared for it. I just, like I said, by faith, I knew I was going to be fine. But when I used to talk to people that was newly diagnosed in the hospital, but I would tell somebody, you would rather want to know than not know. I understand not wanting to know, but not knowing and you sleeping around, you can possibly infect somebody else, and you can be 5 years and you done infected a couple of people. But if you find out, you can take your medicine, you see the doctor, you be fine. It's like, I don't know, maybe I'm sounding insensitive, but I'm really trying not to, because it's really not that bad. Like, you just find out, you just want to find out for your sake, for your kids' sake, just for everybody, because if you wait forever to find out, when you find out, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad when you find out. If you don't went years and years, it's just best to you want to know than not know, bottom line.
Right. They say hindsight is always 20/20, and when you look back, you can see things as clear as day, as the things that you should have done or could have done or should have never done. When you look back, what are some other things you would have changed if you had the opportunity to change it?
Who? Nothing.
You a special one. You a special. No, you a special one.
Only reason why I say I wouldn't have changed nothing is because if I would have changed anything about my life, I wouldn't be who I am today in God. I wouldn't be able to be on here talking this way. I would have probably fell apart if I would have did any little thing different. Because I feel like because I got HIV, it helped me become better. I would have got it anyway, because I still want using condoms. It was the best thing happened to my life. I've become smarter. Smarter, is that a word? I've become more smarter. I'm more wiser, and spiritually, I'm spiritually smarter too. That wouldn't have happened if I would have changed anything. This was meant, like I said on my live, I am an assignment. This happened to me because I'm the perfect person for the assignment. I would change nothing. I'm glad I am HIV positive. I wouldn't see it no other way.
Very, very interesting stuff. Peter is saying, understand what she's saying. Can't trust anyone, male or female, who think they don't have it. Uniquely Franklin is saying, so true. That's why I get tested every year. Keep the comments coming, guys. Keep the calls coming in as well. 718-701-5720. We're talking to Trivia. She said it here. She's happy. She feels she's on an assignment, and her assignment is to share the news with people, and that's what she wants to do. That's why she went on a live. That's why she's here, to build the strength in people. Trivia, do you have daughters?
I have 2 daughters.
Are they at the age where you could start talking to them about sex and all that stuff?
Yeah, 13 and 11. Like I said, at first I really wasn't really active with my kids like that, you know. But now I'm pretty close with my kids, and we talk. Like I told my kids I was HIV positive last year, and we have talks about it. They understand.
Yeah.
But not only that, not just about understanding HIV. I talked to them about they saw me go through a lot, you know, growing up. They ain't been here long, but they done saw a lot.
Right.
Kids learn off of what they see, you know. So I sit down and I talk to them about like the way you let somebody, the way not allowing nobody to mistreat you. You know, you don't let people talk to you a certain type of way. You respect yourself. If you respect yourself and you love yourself, a lot of things won't happen, you know, the way they usually happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I was asking about the kids thing because a lot of people, they're very iffy about when they should let their kids know about sex or condoms and all that other stuff. Um, so in hindsight, do you think that you were given that information at a appropriate time that you knew about it, and what time would you, and if you did given that information about it, would it be the same now? So in other words, I'm asking for your kids, would you talk to them about preventative ways, preventative methods of sex, and talk to them about HIV and the effects on them at this point, or you think that it's not at the 13-year-old is not at the point in time where they need to be hearing about it?
Well, I wasn't taught it. Like, they didn't tell me about all this type of stuff. You know, they just said take your birth control pills and you be fine. They didn't talk about, you know, all this other stuff. But because I am who I am today, I would talk to my kids. I don't care what. Like, I'm going to say 10 at 9. It just depends on the situation. You have to look. Everybody know their kids. So
Right.
some are mature than others and some not. So depending on the maturity level of the child, I think that's how you determine talking to them. But I talk to my kids about it because I talk about my own situation a lot with them. So I talk to them about it. If this wouldn't have happened to me, I'm sure I wouldn't have. I'm sure I wouldn't have explained this to them. I know I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have been thinking about it.
Right. Right. You know, as I said, I think you have a special kind of strength. You're actually the first person I've spoken to that have this sort of relax and just kind of like I ain't gonna say nonchalant, but just a relaxed vibe about even contracting HIV. So you're the first. But I give you an opportunity to talk to audience right now. Talk to everyone, and do talk to them about preventative measures. Talk to them about the things that they may have to go through. I want you to educate our audience based on your experience living with HIV.
Now, why you do that?
Well, you're the advocate.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna talk like I said. I have not went to no schooling or none of that, but I'm gonna talk off of what I know and what I feel. I don't care how long you've been knowing somebody. I don't care how close you is. I don't care how long you've been married. I think everybody should have that conversation with their mate about going to get tested so that they can be fine in the future. Not right now. You know, it's best to know than not know. That's just like so important. And I think everybody should sit their kids down and talk to their kids about this because that's very important. What else? I really don't know what to say. I'm not good with just shooting, talking like that. What else? I really think that's all. I think that's the big thing for me.
Okay.
I call it people be friendly with their bodies. People being friendly with their bodies is a hindrance to me. It bothers me. That bothers me, and another thing that bothers me is the silence. It's so many people out here like going through so much stuff in silence. Like, I just wish I wish it was like some mini me's or something, like, and we could just get together and just tie the whole world up, you know, and just help so many people because you don't have to suffer in silence. And a lot of people like, do you know, like, I didn't know that when you continuously getting cheated on and cheated on and cheated on, that's a form of abuse. And you be around suffering in silence and telling your girlfriends you all this going on, but he messing around with these different people. You don't know if he using condoms, and then you going through all these things in silence. It's just like being in silence is a way for the enemy to keep you mentally in bondage. And if we don't find the strength to set ourselves free, the enemy gonna take us out. That's just how I feel. But that's pretty much it. This is silence and just having conversations about, your status.
Right. Sharing your story. Well, listen, thank you for joining us here. Thank you for giving us your story and your take. Wish you luck in the advocacy. I think a lot of people need to develop that strength because, as I tell you, everyone that I've spoken to on this program, and they tell me at that point in time when the doctor said, you are HIV positive, there's no one that said, yeah, I was just cool about it. I was just, mostly everybody just wanted to just faint, pass out, or something like that, or have this big argument, and they really didn't expect it. Again, there's always a first. But listen, thank you so much for joining us and building the strength to share your story and for doing your video, because your video is really out there. A lot of people is sharing it. A lot of people is learning from it. And we thank you for being a part of our Ride Along group. Now, you said that you also have a YouTube. Give the folks some information on your business, your YouTube, your social media, so if anyone want to contact you, where they could find you.
Okay, my name on Facebook is Trivia Kennedy. I have a networking page that I let people come in the group and they just post all their different businesses. It's Unique Presents Network. Sorry, I'm nervous now. Unique Presents Networking, and then I have a fan page that I just actually started where I'm going to be talking about a lot of different things about silence, HIV, depression, anxiety. I'm going to be doing a lot of that on that. And I have a YouTube channel, Unique Presents. For my YouTube channel, my Instagram is the same. All of my stuff is Unique Presents. And when I say Unique Presents, I mean Unique Presents everything. My middle name is actually Unique.
Okay.
That's special. So I have that for everything. You can find me on any one of those social media sites. All
right. So we're also going to put a link here so folks could check you out over on your social media. Listen, thanks for chatting with us. We really appreciate you. And we'll keep in touch. All right. Yeah. Let me tell you, the first person I've spoken to that, boy, they took that news really easy. A lot of people would faint and pass out. Anyway, guys, listen, we're gonna keep sharing the her link, her information here. Very important story, and I believe she said something about a book. I'll find out if she is seriously going to do a book or has a book in the near future. But definitely someone that you need to follow, and anyone that has that they have questions, want to find out about how she deals with certain stuff, contact her. We'll share the information here. Also, Sharon Jones is also a very good source. Nunu is also a very good source of stuff like PrEP and medication. Once you found out that you have, well, before if you're having unprotected sex, there is this PrEP that is out there that you could take. We're going to put a link to that as well. A lot of HIV information, but at the same time, guys, we urge you to be safe. If you're having sex, unprotected sex, use a condom. All right? A lot of information. Miracle, thank you so much. Deanne Fraser. See, George Grant, how you doing? Everyone that Nisha, how you doing? Big up yourself, everyone. Thank you, guys. Listen, tomorrow we have a very interesting program lined up, and for the rest of the week, on Wednesday and Thursday we have Sasha, and on Wednesday we have a special for you.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
The best time I have for Spice Mask is plain mask with amazing colors. I love amazing colors. Always spectacular. Always amazing.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
This Mother's Day, give your mom the gift of music, love, and excitement with Sunshine Promotions Night of Love Concert featuring the incredible Christopher Martin, Sanchez, and Vaughn. But that's not all. When you purchase your Night of Love ticket, you will automatically be entered into our Mother's Day sweepstakes, win a Samsung Galaxy smartphone, and more. Each week leading up to the event, we will be giving away fantastic prizes contributed by our event partners, including gift certificates, product vouchers, and service vouchers. And the best part, you can give the prize to your amazing mother or keep it for yourself. But remember, you must have a Night of Love ticket to win. So what are you waiting for? Get your Night of Love ticket today and be automatically entered into our Mother's Day sweepstakes. Visit GoToFed.com or any island-wide ticket outlet to purchase your tickets now. Terms and conditions apply.